The following program contains mature subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised.
It's estimated that more than 17 million people use prescription stimulants like Adderall. And when it comes to kids, prescriptions for these drugs soared by nearly 500% in the past 3 decades alone. So are we headed for another prescription drug epidemic? Are we already there? Behavioral pediatrician Dr. Lawrence Diller is the author of Remembering Ritalin and joins us with more insight from his perspective. Because Dr. Diller, you've been very outspoken about this, that we are in the midst of this stimulant drug epidemic, and you've actually come under fire for some of your perspectives.
Well, you know, it's been a lonely role as a professional because I wrote my first Ritalin prescription in 1978. I'm not against these medicines, but I've seen the overuse and misuse and abuse grow. And it's if you follow history, we're on that path for what you're talking about right now, what's happened to this
I was
woman.
there with you, Doc, the Ritalin phase. I mean, that's what, during our days in college, that's what the kids were doing. Now they've turned to Adderall.
Why do you say we're in the midst of an Adderall war?
Well, the war is over with regards to children. I mean, if you're doing poorly in school as a child, the teachers or someone's going to say, go see your doctor. That's code for getting on medicine. So that's pretty much the result of lack of support to children and their families as demands have increased on children and families, and the drug companies have won that battle, all right? The new war is really on the older teens and young adults, where we have this growing situation of Adderall misuse and abuse and addiction.
And Dr. Diller, I think you've made a very interesting point about children when they're taking these meds. Really, it's their parents that are giving them the meds, and they actually don't like the feeling of excess amounts.
A big difference between children and older teens and adults is children don't have access to the medicine, and they actually complain if they get higher doses. They say, I feel nervous, I feel weird, all right? Adults, older teens, have access to the drug, and many of them, if they take a higher dose, say, I feel powerful, I feel grand. But I gotta tell you the reality. The reality is, in America, if your talents and temperaments don't support your aspirations and goals, you meet criteria for ADHD in a lot of doctors' offices.
Listen,
we got a universal stimulant, a universal performance enhancer here, you know what I mean? So that's why all these adults are taking it, because they're doing things that are hard for them, and they're doing things that they don't like.
But you say doctors actually need to reevaluate the type of amphetamines they're giving adults for that reason.
Well, that's the major issue why I'm here, is to let both the parents of college students know, okay, and the doctors out there know that prescribing short-term immediate release Adderall or Ritalin is a dangerous idea. That if you're going to prescribe these kind of drugs, they should be prescribed as extended release. You know, Adderall XR or Vyvanse or Concerta have to be used responsibly. You can't take that suddenly in the evening at 7 o'clock to study for an exam or prepare an essay. You'll be up all night. You have to take these drugs in the morning. These long-acting drugs actually help the ADHD person get more organized.
The numbers are pretty staggering, right? The United States is 4% of the world's population.
Yes.
We're currently consuming 88% of the stimulant meds in the world, correct?
Okay, and also the variety in who is taking these medicines. Again, in the state of North Carolina, 30% of the boys by the age of 18 have been told by a health professional that they have ADHD, and 2/3 of them have taken medicine, where in the Western states, the rates are much lower.
But I believe there is also just cause for alarm overall in terms of the addiction numbers, correct? That 25%, like 400,000 people of the addicts out there are now abusing amphetamines and not opioids.
Yes. So we have a growing number of amphetamine addicts, prescription amphetamine addicts, estimated between 400,000 to 500,000. But the other thing that's missing there in the data is how Adderall is a gateway drug to polypharmaceutical abuse. You start with Adderall, and then you can't calm down, then you're looking for Xanax, or you're looking for Vicodin, and next thing you know, you're an opiate addict, all right? And the gateway drug
Or
is Adderall.